Hey everyone, welcome back to Senegalese Twisted. So today is the day that I'm going to moderate the event. These are my cards. This is what I'm gonna say, and we're actually here and I'm trying to get you some snippets and everything, but this is what it looks like. And this is me and my outfit, a little Senegalese.
The Open Space Contemporary Art Museum. And look who is here! My friend, she looks so beautiful, mashallah. And yeah, she's gonna moderate this event. I'm so proud of her. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we continue, there are a few house rules. Number one, in Munganyende's living room, we do not clap. We snap our fingers because Black womanhood is not a performance. Next, in this space, we call people by their pronouns and elders by their auntie given names. And third, in Munganyende's living room, we do not tell people welcome, because to be welcomed is to be positioned as the one who is not at home. So karibu, and be mindful of how you extend your invitation. Here's what spending your precious time with us will look like. We are going to have breakfast while watching Breakfast in Kisumu by Rebecca Achieng Ajulu-Bushell. And before I introduce my amazing sisters, I will introduce myself. My name is Khady, and on the internet I am known as Senegalese Twisted. And on SenegalesTwisted.com I combine photography, video, and audio to share my experiences. And other than that, I am a freelance interpreter, and that is how I connect my Dutch and my Senegalese identity. And after this morning, I will be a whole moderator too. So today we are here to watch Rebecca's film, Breakfast in Kisumu. Rebecca is a retired international swimmer turned filmmaker, and Breakfast in Kisumu is a tribute to her late father. And additionally, Rebecca is actually creating projects through her creative agency as a researcher and a writer, and she's currently actually pursuing a PhD in African cultural studies. And what she says about Breakfast in Kisumu is, the film made me understand the weight of my Blackness and how I've come to terms with my identity in a very white rural area, which is amazing. Next, I want to introduce the amazing Munganyende Hélène Christel. She is an entrepreneur, she is a writer, a performance artist, podcaster, and a feminist author whose book, Liberté, Égalité, Beyoncé, recently launched. So if you don't have that on your shelf, definitely go get it. Next, we have the amazing Doru, who is in the back. And she is a visual philosopher. She works as an art director, image researcher, and set designer. She made this set, so snap your fingers for Doru. And Doru is actually currently working on a book about non-Western perspectives on colors, so definitely be on the lookout for that one. Last but definitely not least, we have Bodil. And Bodil is sitting there. Put your hands up. And Bodil is a fashion designer whose research has been rooted in her bicultural identity that is shared between Burkina Faso and the Netherlands. And she actually recently launched a collaboration with Pota, and it's called To Blend Together, which looks great, so definitely check that out as well. And now Munganyende is going to perform a piece that she specifically created for us. And afterwards, we will immediately watch Breakfast in Kisumu. And after the documentary, we will be diving deeper in conversation with Munganyende, Rebecca, who's actually not present here today, but she will be called in on Zoom because the pandemic actually taught us that nobody is too far to actually be there with you. And we're also going to be talking with Doru and Bodil. And I will be moderating for the rest of the morning. And remember the rules that we have in Munganyende's living room. And don't forget that it was all made to life by Doru Lobo Cassette Design, and enjoy the day. We are going to talk with Rebecca, and she will pop up on screen any minute now. Hey, Rebecca.
Thank you very much. Hi, hello. Khady Pusana. I think every young black girl growing up probably heard this at some point. You have to work twice as hard to be half as good. And I think that was probably a lesson from the trenches, and I hope as I move forwards with my life and as we welcome the next generation of agitators, that becomes less true. You know, as we fight for this space, and you know, not just that our voices are heard, but that people are encouraged to listen. You know, I think that will become something that hopefully is a vestige of the past. But you know, he was the OG of hustle. So the main advice, I guess, was work hard and dress well, as you saw in the film.
Yeah, dress well. And Munganyende, do you want to take the next question?
Yes. So Rebecca, in your film you say, my father was not afraid. And I'm really wondering what you specifically mean by that, and how is fearlessness, how that influenced you till this day. Because I'm really wondering how your father's displacement affected your identity.
Yeah, I think, and there are a lot of things about the way that I am and the way that I was growing up that I didn't really understand. It was only when I started to make these connections with my father and you, and mainly after his death, that I realized, you know, so much of him was in me, and so much of my ancestors was in me. And I think his fear was around just a praxis that allowed him to push beyond the kind of bounds and parameters of, you know, both a kind of contemporary capitalist mindset, but also the way that the colonial project imprinted itself on the psyche of the colonized, and to imagine a post-colonial reality that isn't, you know, interlinked with the capitalist systems that are still ravaging Africa to this day. So when he says that he's not afraid, and when I say that he has no fear, I think he had no fear of trying to imagine and to live a life outside of that.